All the ownership, really all the organization, and I know players' feedback was important. That's kind of where my whole deal has started, is with players. Gavin Keelan, who some of you may know, was fortunate enough to be a first-round pick here, and that's where some of those conversations exist between the college level and the pro level. And obviously, something all those players are aspiring to do is make it to the big leagues. And as this process has gone on, it's been funny. I've gotten a lot of text messages about living out your dream, or somebody said, when you have baseball cards when you're little, which I still have some. I don't know if they're worth anything or not, but did you dream, or you dreamed of being this? I never dreamed of being a Major League Baseball player. I don't know why. My skill level wasn't very high. I think it was just so far above the clouds that I never even saw it. And for me as a coach, I was just kind of trying to make my way. I got thrust into a position at a young age that I probably didn't even deserve. So I was just trying to do a good job. And fortunately, it helped get me to the next spot and the next spot and the next spot. And eventually this did become a dream, where I just kind of decided if I was blessed enough to receive an opportunity, this is something I wanted to do before I was done coaching, in general. And now I'm incredibly humbled and blessed to do so. So it is a dream come true, but it's a very recent dream. It wasn't one I had for a while. And as much as I'd love to sit up here and promise things and pound my fist on the desk and all that, and really all I want to do is a good job. And I think because of being around my dad and being blessed around winning players similar to Buster, those standards are very high. And I have spent I know it'll be a question later, I have spent some time around this organization, either as a fan or just watching, or again through business ways. I'm fully aware of the tradition that's here and the excellence that's been brought by managers like Bochy, Dusty Baker, the toughness from guys like Baumgartner and Romo, the loyalty, which is incredibly important, word to me and my family, which is epitomized by the guy to my right, and the records that have been set by guys like Bonds and Mays and Lincecum and everybody else. And then, the one thing that always got to me was the family, the sense of family that was a part of this organization. And one of the players I coached came up during Hunter Pence's playing days and just talked about how good that guy was to everybody in the organization, especially younger aspiring players and rookies. So there's a lot to learn from the past, and there is very high expectations, very high standards to meet because of the past. And this is a challenge that's been presented to me, and again, I'm humbled and honored to be here in front of you today to take on that challenge.